Hey guys, Andrew McFarlane here from StartAJuiceBar.com. Hope you guys are feeling amazing, happy, healthy, and inspired to grow your businesses or launch your juice businesses. Today we are talking about if you should go conventional with your ingredients or organic or some combination thereof. We're going to dive into this. This is a question that I get a lot, so I'm going to make a video as I'm doing now, and we're going to dive more deeply into it. If you guys are new to the channel and you don't know who I am and you don't know what we do, over the last decade, myself and our company has had the pleasure of supporting hundreds of entrepreneurs all over the world, just like you, launch and scale successful juice businesses, smoothie businesses, acai bowl businesses, healthy cafes, and more, as well as running our own businesses in this sector. So all the information that you're getting on this channel is coming from that massive amount of experience. If you guys haven't pressed the like button yet, a invitation to press the like button. That's obviously going to expose more people to this content, make the world healthier, which I'm sure is your goal as well as ours. It also supports the channel because obviously making this content isn't easy and takes time and energy, and so we appreciate your support. Now, diving in. So the first thing that I want to start in talking about this conversation is really just sharing my personal perspective. Now, this doesn't have to be your perspective, but the first thing that I always think about when this comes up is really having you reflect on why you are in this business. Why do you have the intention to start a juice bar? Now, your intention, once again, doesn't have to be my intention. Your intention might be because you want to create products that taste great for customers that are cold on a hot day, and you want a business that makes money that's easy to run. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, my intention in being in this business has always been to help people get healthy. And because of that, I've always used all organic ingredients because I don't want to feel that I could be giving something to someone that they're consuming that can harm their health. It's totally counterproductive to my personal ethos, my personal mission, and why I'm doing this all together. That doesn't have to be yours. This is mine. And so with that, for me, it's never been a conversation of whether or not I go organic or I don't go organic, because the whole purpose of me supporting people with their health would imply that I need to use organic ingredients, because if I'm using things that have been sprayed with chemicals, it's probably not going to help my customers. So this is the first thing, and this is me speaking from that dimension. Now, you might have other considerations when it comes to this, looking at what is the cost of going organic versus conventional. Now, I find that sometimes people will have this conversation or make this decision from a too much of a hypothetical place, right? They might say, well, I can't afford it, but they actually haven't run the numbers. Or they think, yeah, it's going to cost me this much, but they don't know. So usually what we do in these situations, if clients are deliberating between going conventional or going organic, and one of the main considerations is the price, then we'll run a cost analysis and compare. This recipe costs X amount if you're going conventional. This recipe costs X amount if you're going organic. This is what the price point needs to be if you're going to maintain the proper profit margin. Say that 10 times. Proper profit margin. And then this is how much money you're going to make. This is how much you have to charge, so on and so forth. So from that point, you can make an educated decision, and you're not just saying, hey, it's too expensive, and maybe you don't know, maybe it's not. So you have to get down into the numbers if the reason that you're thinking about doing it is about pricing. And with that being said, you might be in a place where you think, can my customers afford this? Now, that's going to depend on doing an analysis of your actual market and figuring out what is actually in there already. Are people only serving conventional ingredients in their smoothies and juices if you have competitors? And if that's the case, it actually might be a good opportunity to differentiate yourself, because that's a distinct and significant differentiation. For me as an individual, if I have the choice of going somewhere where I can get all organic ingredients or not, I'm going to go to the place where I can get all organic ingredients. Okay, for the same reason that I serve this to people, I also want to consume this. And there's a lot of individuals like that, which we all know the organic ingredient market has exploded over the last decade because of the demand and the importance of this when it comes to people's health. Okay, so what about doing a combination of organic and conventional? This might be something that you consider as well. Now, I know that you guys may or may not know this, but there are a number of ingredients that have been listed as the dirty dozen. I don't know if it's because there's actually a dozen. There might be more than that, but there are specific ingredients that are traditionally known for being more toxic. These are things like strawberries, oftentimes a lot of berries in general. They get sprayed a lot with chemicals, okay? They might be more genetically modified. And so you might decide that with those specific ingredients, you're gonna go organic, and then with other ingredients, maybe less than that. So you get to decide that. What about a scenario where there's a local farm and they're not certified organic, but they utilize organic practices, okay? Once again, this is up to you. For me, because I don't know what the actual standards and practices are for the organic certification, I would not be the right person to walk down to a farm and say, yes, you're doing all the things that you should be doing in order for these ingredients to be considered edible and healthy and organic for the customer. I can't make that judgment call. So I lean on other people based on the certification. That being said, you might be in a place where you know someone personally, or you trust them, or you have more knowledge than I do, and you can go down to the farm and you can observe what they're doing and you feel better about that, then great, that's up to you. You get to decide, it's your business. Next, what about how you articulate this? A question came up recently. I was speaking to a client and they were saying, hey, we use 95% organic ingredients, but there's one ingredient we can't find organic. Can we still tell our clients it's all organic? And like I said, you can do whatever you want, but if I'm coming from the vantage point of a consumer and even 5% of my meal isn't organic, I would not like to believe that it was 100% organic when it wasn't, okay? And it gets a little bit strange in terms of how do you articulate that, but I don't feel personally that it's right to say something is all organic if it's anything less than all organic. That's my personal perspective. Now, lastly, let's talk about the difference between, and this is just more a matter of understanding the distinction between having an organic juice bar and using all organic ingredients. Now, the term organic in America, and probably in other countries too, and probably not all, right? But in majority of countries, is actually a legal term that has certain standards associated with it. Just like in the same way, I can't say I'm a lawyer if I haven't passed the bar. I might know something about the law, but I'm not a lawyer, so I can't speak as a lawyer. And I can't tell someone else that I'm a lawyer because I'm not a lawyer. In the same way, you can't tell people you have an organic business if your kitchen hasn't been certified organic. Okay? There's a certification that's associated with that terminology. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't, and this isn't legal advice. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer, so you're going to want to check these things out. But to my understanding and my knowledge, there's a distinction between saying you utilize all organic ingredients, which if you do, then great, versus saying you're an organic business, which means that you're allowing someone to come and inspect your kitchen. They're checking your cleaning products. They're checking all of the procedures and policies in your business that relate to how you handle the product in order to make sure that it is maintaining its organic nature. So, like I said from the very beginning, you get to decide as a business owner why you're in this business and what you want to do. I remember, I'll just share a quick story before I end this video. I was speaking to a friend a number of years back who did a juice cleanse from a company that's actually a juice company that's quite large. I won't name them, but they're a big juice company, but they don't use all organic ingredients. And he said after he did this juice cleanse, he was not feeling great, which was, not normal because he's done a lot of cleanses in his life. And he went to the doctor, and the doctor told him that he had some pretty significant damage to his liver. And he started to equate and think, hey, maybe actually because I was cleansing with conventional produce and there might have been a lot of toxins in this produce, that my body took that on and needed to combat that. So to me, that's one of those things. It's like if you're doing a cleanse, you want to do a cleanse with things that are going to help your health. You don't want to be cleansing with potentially toxic chemicals in your juice. And so that's just another tidbit to think about, depending on what your intention is being in this business. So like I said in the beginning, if you want to check out and you're making this decision from a pricing standpoint, then do the numbers. Now, I know that can be a tedious process. It's a lot, which is why many people bring us on for support with that. And if you do need support with that or anything else in your business, reach out to me at Andrew@StartAJuiceBar.com. Happy to have that conversation with you. But that's what I would suggest that you do, is do a comparative analysis so you can make an educated decision. If you're looking at finding local farmers and you don't mind and you feel like you trust them and you've got a connection with them and you know that they're using organic processes and that they're maybe not certified yet, then that's up to you and that's okay too. So just know that You get to decide. You're the business owner, but make the decision from an educated place, and know that with pricing, you might be surprised that you can have recipes that are all organic that might be within the profit margin. And maybe also too, you might have the demand where your customers are willing to pay the extra $1 or $2 for a product that they know that they can trust, that's going to help their health, as opposed to not. The last thing I want to say before I jump off is things that are grown organically, and this might go without saying, or maybe you haven't thought about it and I just need to bring it to the forefront of your attention. Things that are grown organically, because they're not being sprayed with chemicals and the soil's not being depleted as much, are going to have a different nutrient density and flavor profile. Okay, nutrients and flavors are always connected. And when the soil is rich and the soil is vibrant and the soil is alive, just for even the value of the quality of your product and the wow factor when your customers drink your smoothies or your juices, know that conventional produce and organic produce is not the same. You're not getting the same experience overall. So that might also influence you to say, hey, there's value in organic, not just because I can use the title of saying I use organic ingredients, but actually from a flavor standpoint, I'm actually going to be able to create recipes that have a lot more flavor as a whole. So I'll leave you with that. I hope this has been valuable. If you haven't pressed the like button yet, go ahead and press the like button. We appreciate that. It's free. So thank you for supporting the channel. Any questions or comments, put it in the comment box below. If you're new to the channel and you're not subscribed, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get alerted when we release new content. Follow us on Instagram at StartAJuiceBar. We also have a podcast on iTunes and on Spotify, the Juice Bar Experts podcast, if you want to reach us there and listen to content while you're driving and so forth. That's a great resource for you. Until next time, hope you're happy and healthy. This is Andrew McFarlane with StartAJuiceBar.com. I'll see you at the next video. I hope you guys have been enjoying the content. If you're in a place where you are really inspired to launch your juice business, but you're not exactly sure what steps to take, for you, we've created a free ebook, the 15 steps to starting your juice bar from scratch. Now, this is going to give you an overview of all the steps that you need to take in order to launch your business. If you want to go even deeper, we created an online course, the Juice Bar Master Blueprint. This is going to go into great detail into every single aspect of the business, starting from the very beginning all the way to actually launching a successful juice business. There's links for both of these in the description below. I know you guys will find a lot of value out of them. As always, wishing you a lot of success, and I'll see you guys in the next video.